First off, Aneesh, congratulations on your victory, winning Best of Fair alongside Allison, whom we were unable to arrange a co-interview with. But again, congratulations on your win. Tell me, what does it mean to you to have a win here in the upper school as Best of Fair and also middle school, if I remember correctly, for Best of Fair?
Yeah, thank you, Colin. It's a really great honor to win Best of Fair here. I'm really excited, and it's a really big honor for me. Middle school, yeah, I also won Best of Fair in 7th grade. That was for a different project on Bayesian curves and character recognition. This one was on hurricane prediction.
So when you bring up hurricane prediction, you literally mean like something that predicts when a hurricane comes, how it comes. Tell me more about what it does to predict the hurricane.
Yeah, so my models predict the path and intensity of a hurricane. So once you give it some initial data on where a hurricane is, you'll be able to predict where that hurricane will go at what intensity. Because in 2017 there were over $200 billion worth of damage. So I hope that my models will be able to mitigate that damage.
And I read your poster, but briefly because I was told by a teacher to return back to my spot. But when you say the U.S. has spent $200 billion, I read on your poster it's going to save the U.S. like something like $2.5 billion. What do you think that this is a real possibility for our government to use to put forth in the efforts of relieving damages and potential damages from hurricanes?
Yeah, so current models take hours on supercomputers to forecast these hurricanes, and my models predicted in under a second. So that gives the government many more hours to prepare, and also people can maybe barricade their homes or maybe get other people out of the way safely, and that'll save a bunch of damage and lives.
So you've already told us like a little bit about the project, but maybe like slightly more detailed. What would you say is the most important takeaway from your project, but maybe like a more detailed description if you understand what I'm getting at there?
Yeah, so I guess my models were based on machine learning, and I guess the biggest takeaway is even when you run up against struggles, you should still work through them. You'll eventually get through that struggle and just keep working on the problem.
Well, and I think that obviously you as well as Allison have had projects that have been models of consistency here for OES students, constantly taking home like win after win. It's honestly great to see because like the work that you guys put in is just unmatched. I can attest to this because clearly I don't put in the same level of work that you do, and it shows because you've been putting together really great projects over your years. So what would you say is like the key resource that has helped you to put together these great projects?
Well, I mean, I've just look up online articles. They'll help you get the initial idea, and then beyond that, try contacting people in the field. Like I contacted people at the National Hurricane Center. I've been working with a professor at PSU, Portland State University. Mentors can be a really great help for your projects, and also just online resources and books are always a good thing to fall back on.
And so with this successful project in mind, would you say that you're leaning towards doing another project in your senior year, or have you not quite thought about that yet, or what are your plans for science research senior year?
Yeah, so senior year, I'm probably going to continue with this project. I think there's more I can do for improving it. I think I'm going to apply other machine learning techniques to refine the feature set that I'm using and just continue with this project and hopefully get the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association to maybe take a look at it.
Well, awesome, Aneesh. Thank you for your interview here on your project. It's definitely been amazing to learn about the great things that you can do with your project. First, like with character recognition in 7th grade, which is already a pretty great project, and then you move it all the way up to a hurricane predicting device that could save the U.S. like billions of dollars and help prepare people for preventing these hurricanes. So it's just really great to see the projects that students here at OES can put together and how they can really impact the overall community, like what Aneesh made right here to predict hurricanes, or what Allison did relating to ADHD genes. It's just remarkable to see these projects that students can do, and I appreciate you taking the time to give me the spiel one more time, because I'm certain you've definitely had to give that spiel quite a few times, especially like with the callbacks and everything. But again, thank you for doing the interview, and to those of you who are new to the process of science research, take Aneesh here as a prime example of good resource management, good research, and overall good pursuit of the study. And we'd like to thank you for tuning into this podcast. And this has been OES Stories for the students, by the students, and Scovarks.